Shalom, shalom. First off, I want to start out by giving all the glory, infinite praise, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that do rule and teach well. Peace, love, and salutation to the hopeful elect that is out there pushing this truth in all sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth, giving diligence to make your calling of election sure. Shalom. This is your brother Hashar from the Great Millstone Savannah Camp, coming back in the spirit with another lesson. Lord willing, I pray and hope that it is edifying and exhorting. All right, and as you can see, the video that I showed, all right, shows I guess some type of event that happened tonight at the White House where they had to evacuate because there was a threat to the to the president. All right. Slakia, which, hey, this is, all related to biblical prophecy. All right. And, we've warned you, came out with numerous warnings. All right. About, the political violence that's about to take place, in America, man. Okay. And it's prophesied in the scriptures that these things would be taking place in this time. All right. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 2 and verse 15. Woe to the earth, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. All right. And if you look at what's happening in America, which this place was built on division. All right. It was built upon, divide and conquer. Okay. Esau has divided the people up into different political views. He has sown the seeds of gender warfare. All right. Gender dysmorphia, economic warfare, racial superiority complexes, and racial warfares. All right. Political warfare, economic warfare. So America is divided on many fronts, religious warfares. Okay. And eventually this will boil over into physical, war. All right. Physical civil war here in America. Okay. And we're living on the precipice of this. And we're seeing the tensions, continue to elevate. All right. Verse 16, it says, for there shall be sedition among men. All right. Now let's get that word sedition for those who don't know what that is. Right. It's an up. Right. Let's get it. Sedition is a rebellion, an uprising, a revolt. All right. A fictitious commotion in the state. Concert attempt to overthrow civil authority. You see, a violent strife between factions, and this is what we're seeing. All right, you've seen this guy, which a lot of it, hey, it could be political theater. It could be, real events. All right, he was having to be evacuated, right? And there's a lot of sedition going on, man. All right. A lot of people are upset with the powers that be, with Donald J. Trump, over this war that has been started, over his political policies in which he stated he was going to put America first. All right. But so far, the small hat agenda has been the forefront of this, his political, his political tenure, this second go around, okay? And even just recently passing something called the HERES Act, which made it, basically it was an act to make it easier for Holocaust survivors to, take back their Holocaust memorials from museums. All right, so all the America First policies, all that's out the window now, man. All right, and they're sedition. Okay, it says, in invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes. You see, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Okay, so they're not regarding their kings nor princes. They don't care if if you're the president. Okay, let me get that. Let me see if they have it. They don't care. Okay. What do you say, that the hands of the hands of the labor. Dang, I want to get that. Let me see if I can find it. Right, which I want to get an article as well. All right. Let me see. This labor is spelled a little different. Salakia. Bear with me. All hands of the labor. I think it's the hands of the wicked. Yeah, that's it. Which I was gonna bring this out anyway. But anyway, the Hill. This is from the Hill. It says tensions over AI reach new high after violent attacks. It says two violent attacks against Open AI's Sam Altman, right? Which this guy is a complete Satanist. All right. I believe he sat down with one interviewer, and they were just asking him about this, this new AI technology, and he was just, it was totally satanic. Okay. It says, and the city council members are prompting new fears over whether the debate around the technology has turned dangerous. Tensions reach a new high this week as technology leaders in Washington, D.C. and Silicon Valley are quickly blamed in anti-AI rhetoric for the recent violence, while AI opposition groups condemn the attacks. Okay. Which this man's house was, I believe they threw a Molotov cocktail at his house. You had another person that, they just, I think it was a senator, someone's house got shot at. All right, people are rebelling against these government leaders. All right, these technocrats, right? And they're starting to get nervous. Okay, which I want to get Job 20. Okay. Let's see. Yep. This is Job 20 and 11. It says his bones are full of sin, of the sin of his youth, which shall lie down with him in the dust. Though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue, right? Through these policies, all right, speaking so smoothly, right? Though he spare it, and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth, yet his meat in his bowels is turned. It is the gall of the ass within him, right? Meaning, this is where in the snake, where the poison comes from, the gall, right? It says, he that swallowed down riches, and he have swallowed down riches, and shall vomit them up again. Yahweh, all right, or power shall cast them out of his belly. He shall suck the poison of the ass. The viper's tongue shall slay him. You see? So though these people are swallowing down all these riches, this, pretty much what's going on is that there's a race for resources right now, okay, to see who is going to control the new global world order, okay? And it's all for naught, right? Because none of these devils are going to win. Not Russia, not China, not America. The new world government is going to be centered around Yahushua and not AI technology, not these technocratic leaders, all right, not the elite bankers, okay? Verse 17, he shall not see the rivers, the floods, and the brooks of honey and butter. That which he labored for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down. And he's been laboring for this new world order for years. It says, according to his substance shall his restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein, because he hath oppressed and forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away a house which he builded not, which he took away this land, this whole entire landmass. All right, even our culture, our heritage, our land in Israel, okay? It has all been taken away. Europe, okay? He took away everything from us, right? Verse 20, it says, surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save that which he desired, okay? So he is not feeling quietness in his belly. These devils are afraid. They're shook. All right. Because the earth is about to, as we're about to read, the earth is rising up against him. All right. It says, there shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. All right. And this is what I was looking for earlier. I always get this confused because this word wicked goes into amal, all right, which goes into the laborer or the sufferer, the wretched one, toiling, right? And this is pretty much the middle class, the working class people. Okay, it says workmen, right? And the elite class, which they're calling it the Epstein class, right, are they're upset. They're tired of this regime, and we're only a year in. Okay, we're only 1 year in, and they're ready to violently take these people out of office. Okay, there's been all kind of acts of violence. You had the whole Captain Kirk situation, right? So the love of many is waxing cold, and there's all kind of political turmoil, which I think is in the scriptures as well. And I believe that's Luke, where it says there. I think it's in the NLT that there will be political turmoil or a tumultuous noise, I believe. So this is what's taking place in these days, man. All right. It says when he is about to fill his belly, power shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him. All right, Yahweh shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. Meaning these weapons, man. All right, and the primary weapon that's gonna destroy Esau, Edom. All right, the so-called white man, who is the devil that the Bible speaks of, right? Is Salakia. The the iron weapon is the nuclear missile. Okay. It says it is drawn and cometh out of the body. Yeah, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall. Terrors are upon him. All darkness shall be hid in his secret places. A fire not blown shall consume him. Right? Nukes. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. Right? It's not going to go well. You're going to have bad times. Right? It says the heavens shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him. And this is what's taking place, man. The earth is rising up against you. Even, these different weather patterns that are taking place, which, we know that you have a certain level of control. But ultimately it's Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. And the earth is, trying to get rid of the cancer that is within it. All right. And that's you. All right, you're spraying the skies, you're overfishing the oceans, right? You're polluting the oceans, you're polluting the people, right? So people are fed up. The earth is fed up, man. And the earth, as we like to say here at Great Millstone, the earth needs new management. Okay. Matter of fact, let me get that. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries. Right, Ecclesiasticus of Sirach, chapter 10 and verse 8, it says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit. Right, all the 400 treaties that you signed with the Native Americans and broke all 400 of them to get this land. Right, riches gotten by deceit, injuries. Right, the Trail of Tears, transatlantic slave trades, just injuries, man, lynchings. The list goes on, right? It says the kingdom is translated from one people to another. Okay, the kingdom, right, which is dominion, rulership. When you look it up, right, let's look up that a domicile of the king, right? Right, kingdom. It says a dome, right, which they break it up. It says one of the realms of nature. It says the next world, the hereafter, right? Which is, yes, that is let's get that dome, right? Statute or judgment, a jurisdiction, a province, a state, condition, or quality, right? So the kingdom is not necessarily always a place. It's a rulership, right? It's an authority. It's a jurisdiction, right? It's a judgment. You have a rulership over the earth, right? So because your rulership was framed around unrighteous dealings and injuries and riches got by deceit, what? It's going to be translated from one people to another, right? From you, right, unto the Israelites, man, right? Unto Jacob, right? You are the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, man. So, this is beautiful to see. I just want to do this quick lesson on, Esau Edom's, his franticness, his fear that he is going through, man. So, Lord willing, it was edifying and exhorting. I want to end off by giving all the glory, infinite praise and honor unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace, love, and salutation to the hopeful elect that is out there pushing this truth in all sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth, giving diligence to make your calling of election sure. Shalom.